Fellas, if you're going to buy coins, do it from a reliable, reputable site like mutreserve.com. Use code DOCTOR at checkout to save 15% off your order. Enjoy today's video. All right, what's going on, Madden family? I know it's been a little minute, but I wanted to bring you some defensive tips today. A little defensive mini scheme going around the community. It was made a meta almost by one great user, so shout out to him. But I've seen a few different pros running this kind of defense in stream. This is something I gave to my Patreon users. It's in my full Miami Dolphins ebook live now on Patreon, so check the link for that. But it's against bunch. Any type of bunch play, really, this play works really good on defense. This is a play out of Carolina Panthers playbook, but a similar concept throughout the community with bunch in general. Just abusing the flats, because let's be honest, the flats are hard to cover this year. If you're not playing hard flats or you're not adjusting in your defensive adjustments, it's always a good idea to take the flat if it's open the way defense is playing this year. So this is a play right here. It's called double post. And all they're doing here is dragging R1. You might have seen this throughout the community. They'll make a quick read to X if he's open. If not, they'll hit triangle, or they'll have circle on that double move to the inside there, or the C route works really well as well. So I'm in the nickel 3-3-5 wide here. This is how I like to defend it, and I can give you a few different ways to use this formation. But all you do is blitz all your linebackers. Doesn't change anything since they're already blitzed, but once you blitz all your linebackers and then you press, you can press a few times until this linebacker comes down, and you could put a safety there, which I recommend, because you can user him with different schemes throughout this formation and this play. So the only thing you have to worry about here is if he does go to the left side, it's kind of random where he comes down. Against bunch offset, I find he usually does go to the left side, so you are going to be pretty vulnerable to the run if you leave him here to the left. So you can feel free to move him back to the right a little bit, or just kind of leave him right there, and that helps against the run a lot better. You're going to be pretty vulnerable against the run if you let him stay in that A gap to the left of the center. After you blitz all your linebackers and press, all you really do here is kind of bring this guy down, get him in better position for the man defense. That's going to do great against that flat route. And then you do just bring this guy down and put him in a blitz. You're going to try to get a real quick touch on the left tackle there and retreat into coverage. Like I said, not something I necessarily invented, but I did see going throughout the community, and something that does work really good. So I'm going to give it to you, and I kind of build this around my Dolphins defensive ebook. This is a very aggressive defense, but I'll give you a few different things you can do out of this blitz, or besides this blitz, out of the same formation, to really make this a viable defensive scheme. And this 3-3-5, nickel 3-3-5 wide, is in a good amount of defensive playbooks. So if you're not using Dolphins, you might have nickel 3-3-5 wide in your team's favorite playbook. So definitely check it out. But let's just call a hike here, get down and get a quick touch. You're going to get an absolute screamer, free runner at the quarterback there. Now, obviously, he's going to have to make a quick read, but the beauty of this play, this scheme, is, like I said, you're going to mix it up with different zones, and he's not going to expect such quick heat. So the chances of him making that perfect read on the very first time you run this play is rare, but then you can start doing different things as far as coverage adjustments. For example, if he's definitely sending that running back on a route, you don't have to send everybody. You could maybe throw him in a vert hook to help over there, put this guy in a deep blue, and then just make sure you're using any slant or drag coming towards you in the middle here. And you don't always have to get a touch on the tackle. If he's not blocking his running back, you can kind of juke down and you'll still get pretty quick pressure. So that's the first kind of main blitz, main aggressive play out of this defense. And then we could go ahead and move on to some coverages you can run out of here as well. All right, fellas, next thing I want to show you out of this little defensive mini scheme out of the 3-3-5 wide is the same play, Mike Blitzo, and we're just going to show you how to set up a really good coverage shell out of this play to mix in with that all-out blitz, really confuse your opponent and cause headaches. And then the last part of this video, I'm going to give you the cover 2 sync setup, absolute max coverage. I actually already set up the coaching adjustments, so let me get out of that so I could just show you this coverage shell first, and then we'll dive into the absolute max coverage once he starts figuring out what you're doing, really spreading you out. And like I said, this is best ran against bunch players. Once you get him out of bunch, you can go to different things. That's the great thing about the Dolphins playbook. I got a really good blitz out of the dime 146. I got a good max coverage out of the dime 146. I got my own unique scheme I labbed up out of the 335 odd. Check out what this Patreon user had to say about one blitz out of there, really screaming. And then you could mix up some serious max coverage out of this formation as well. We covered the big nickel, the 3-4 odd. I got a blitz out of 3-4 bear, and a few different plays out of 3-4 cub. So come check it out, but let's move on to the next play in this formation. We're still going to blitz all the linebackers, still going to press, so you get that safety coming down at the middle linebacker position. Maybe give some cushion here on the outsides. Bring this guy in to make it look like the blitz. And then what we're doing, we're still blitzing this guy and getting position right. But at this point right here, you set up the blitz the same. Then you just go ahead and throw both, basically all three linebackers, even though triangle is a safety, you put them in a coverage cell. So you go ahead and throw square in a purple, X in a purple, and triangle in a deep blue. And you can do that all quickly by double tapping on the right D-pad, remember. So just double tap right on the D-pad, hit square, right on the left stick, double tap D-pad X, right on the left stick again, and then double tap right on the D-pad, hit triangle, and hit up on the left stick. So you're all set up here. Looks very similar. You got all three guys manned up on the right. You have a deep blue over the middle, and you have a really fast safety to user here to take away anything underneath. Now I know R1's got a little separation there. Browns don't have the best secondary, but I mean, if you're playing mutt or you got a good defense, make sure you have a really good man defender right here at Johnson. You know, he's only like, what, 74 overall. So if you have a guy, you know, with 88 or better man coverage, he should have no problem getting up there. And then, like I said, don't be afraid to mix up different shells. You know, you can do something like this. Just set up a cover 2 and then user this guy. You can even throw that guy over there in a hard flat. Still keep that guy in a purple. So many different things you can do out of here and make it look just like that all-out blitz. So you're going to cause headaches. He's going to be looking to make quick decisions, and you get really quick sheds with this setup as well. So we gave you the all-out blitz out of this formation. We gave you kind of the hybrid man and zone play out of this formation. And the last thing we're going to give you is the cover to sync, max coverage, zone coverage with cross man on the field. Now it's the cover 2 sync, so those two blues are your soft squats. So you do want to go into your coaching adjustments and adjust your drop flats accordingly. You know, have some situational awareness. If it's 3rd and 15, I'd go to 15 or even 20 to be safe. 3rd and 12 or less, I'd probably go 15. 3rd and 5, probably 10, and accordingly. Just have some situational awareness, but stock play, go to 25 because your crossmans and your users are going to take care of the rest. So check it out. Nickel 335 wide. Cover 2 sync, showed against bunch again. So many different things you can do here. The really nice thing about this formation with coverage is this guy's a corner right here. This guy's a safety right here. So you really only have to worry about one linebacker in coverage, and you can even put him in a hard flat since this guy on the right here is going to be dropping to 25. But what I see people doing most often is cross-manning the outside receivers. Now a play like this, R1's a really good route. Circle's going to be easier to user. Crossing routes are the main routes that you want to use cross-man on. So if you know, pay attention to what plays your opponent's calling. So if he's really sending R1 on that crossing route, I would take that away with the cross man on R1 instead. This guy's going to be dropping to 25. You can make it look similar, you know, make it look like the blitz, bring him down. That's going to do a great job taking any kind of crosser or slant away from square, and you'll have a user underneath here. Now you can even get really crafty with it. Mitchell can go in a purple. You can put him in a hard, you can man up the running back, or you can even throw Delpit in a deep blue just to be safe and go ahead and use your Mitchell underneath. But so many different things you can do out of this formation to really send some max coverage at him. You saw the X route wide open. That's why I do like to throw. Now the thing about this is you can't utilize the hard flat. So if you put him in a hard flat and you're at 25, he's still going to drop to that zone drop assignment to 25 yards. So if you want to send him to the flat, you know, pay attention to who he's usually sending to the flat and then man up that receiver. So go ahead and man him on X. You can press again and go ahead and set up your crossmans, bring this guy down, make it look like the blitz, and go ahead and user either this corner in the slot or the safety you have at the middle linebacker position. But decent sheds here. Don't get beat deep. If you're using that middle linebacker and you don't have a deep blue there, make sure you're paying attention to anything deep over the middle. So I hope you appreciate it, fellas. A little quick 3-play mini scheme. This is out of the Dolphins full defensive ebook. You sign up on Patreon, you get that. You get the full Saints offensive ebook, and by the end of this month, you will get, I haven't decided yet, I'm either going to do Seahawks or Carolina Panthers, I believe. If you have different suggestions, if you would come to Patreon for a full ebook, let me know what that ebook is in the comments below, and I might look into that ebook as well. But appreciate you guys watching. Hope this helps your game, and enjoy the rest of your Madden season.